Hello, welcome back to Growing Up Crazy. It's been a while since I've done this, and as you can tell, there's definitely nature in the background, as there probably will be. If I ever do pick this back up, or if you ever do hear the sound of my voice, it will be coming to you from nature. I do have a few days off, but after reading a comment a friend had sent to me, I felt that I should probably be documenting this process at different points along the way, because I'm chasing a feeling into the future. It was a feeling that I had at a friend of mine's prayer circle. And I had the feeling that I was at the end of my life, looking back across my life, and I was thoroughly grateful for the life that I'd lived. It was just, there was nothing more that I felt could be added to it. It was perfect in every single way. And I was extremely humble and grateful for being given the opportunity to write my own little line, my own sentence in the never-ending story of life, in the never-ending dialogue of life, as we all weave our stories together. And so I took a break and everything. This podcast had done what I set out to have it do, which was actually familiarize me with talking to people and with addressing people, and with, honestly, just being able to be open and forthright with myself when it came to other people. I've spent too much of my life hiding, and I did it for reasons that were long since buried in childhood, and just honestly needed to get over it. And I felt like I had the last time that I made a recording, where I was down at the beach doing my spiritual practice after the sun had came up and there was people around, and it didn't bother me at all, which would have been an impossible feat, a simply impossible feat when I first moved back to Florida. I couldn't even record an audio message about any of the Growing Up Crazy stories. So I would consider that in itself leaps and bounds. But now this current iteration that I'm upon is to really try to make it stick. So I learned how to survive. Now I want to learn how to thrive. And so where you're finding me right now is I'm taking 5 days off and 3 months of work. I've created the goals for 2023, and I'm pursuing them. So which means I'm going to be spending most of my time at work on the boats, because it's the principal way I have for making money right now. So I'll pretty much be at work until I have the capital to begin investing in myself and in my future. And that's going to take the form of initially visiting intentional communities. And I feel like I'm really being led by this. Like, I've been led to find different communities, particularly one in New Mexico and then one in Southern California. And I've driven cross-country many, many times. I did a lot of traveling in my 20s and my 30s. And there was one stretch of road that I always looked over, and I knew there was something at this one stop going through New Mexico. But I never knew what it was, because there just literally appeared to be nothing there. And even the last time when I was driving back from San Diego, just less than a year ago, I was just staring out at this desert. It was near Quincy, New Mexico. And I even wrote down the exit number and the mile marker stretches, because I knew for a fact that there was something there. And as I've always known that there's something there that I wanted to check out, maybe even become a part of. So I think that's where it's going to begin. Another road trip, checking out intentional communities. You know, I start everything out in the Keys. And then I'm going to go up to North Carolina to see Elevation Worship, because I've never been in person and always wanted to go. And then bang out to New Mexico and seek my treasure, like in The Alchemist. And really all this is just following a feeling into the future. It really all it is. So right now I'm gathering my resources and then going to set out for whatever this feeling has in store for me. And I wanted to make this recording because if this is successful, and if it does, well, it will be successful, because it'll teach lessons regardless of whatever those lessons are. And being unattached to the outcome is part of the process. You do all the preparation you can do. You set your goals, you set your sights, and then you proceed with 110%, but also with the wild abandon of a child playing a game of tag and just embracing whatever outcome comes from the amalgamation. And that's really the spirit that I'm doing this. And even now, while at work, even though I'm grinding out week after week after week at work, it's not a grind. I feel like I'm already in the game, because I'm chasing this feeling into the future. So I thought I would go ahead and leave an update here, maybe just as check marks on the map for anyone that's falling behind, or just for myself to look back at later, somewhere down the road. All right, cheers. Much love. Growing Up Crazy. Talk to you all later.